Well, I just done a lovely long intro down this lane, filming all the scenic shots and that. Not to have the microphone on again, that's twice I've done it now, last video and this one. So we're just going to have to completely cut out the first bit of this video, but I had some amazing shots from the top of them hills, looking at the lighthouse. Can you guess where I am? Penmon. Now, I've wanted to come here for a while. I can't remember the last time I come in here, it's been a while to be honest. They're catching a lot of bass from around here on live bait floats and stuff, but I've missed the low water, so I think I'm going to struggle a little bit now. There's a fisherman down there, he's lure fishing. There's a fisherman over there. Oh, look at that for a backdrop. Look at that. Don't know what to do because I've missed the low water. I might just put some bait rods out on the beach and fish the beach up for the next 2 or 3 hours. But I did want to put a live bait mackerel out. And have a little wander over there, have a chat to that dude. I'm going to get my coat on because it's getting a bit cold. I'm going to go and have a chat to him, and I don't know whether to venture off around the headlands round there, or you have here, I can't see a thing that way, the sun's in my eye. Oof, you have a big beach there which drops off pretty deep. I don't know enough about the mark. As I say, I've only fished it once with that Bite Mike. We fished it in a storm and it was at night. We just had an absolute dog fest, so I don't know. I'm going to have a chat to that guy. See if I can find some info on it and get fishing. I've got ragworm, I've got mackerel, I've got blueies, I've got squid, I've got live bait floats, I've got everything I need. I've got all the rods I need, I've got all the rigs I need. I just don't know which way to go about it. I'm going to go and have a chat to him, but look at this for a place. Welcome to Penmon Point. I'll tell you what, for the 11th of November, I'm in a t-shirt. And look at this. It is just stunning. Now, as I say, I don't know where to start on this mark. You've got the headlands up there. Do I go that way? Do I go this way? There's somebody fishing over there. I think my best bet is to go and have a walk. Go and see what I can find. Right, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I've fished this rock mark. This is where I've decided to come. Now, there is a gentleman that knew me, which I bumped into before. He's fishing there where that rucksack is. And he has recently had a bass from there on the float. He's got some mackerel in a little rock pool. So should I struggle to get none, he said I could nick one off him. Right body point, and I can't wait. I've not got long left. I should have fished it down for a couple hours and back up. I've probably got an hour of fishing here before this rock is underwater. So you'll see me when the bait's about to go in. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted because I've been dilly-dallying all day and taking my time and thinking, oh, it's not going to be good till high tide. And I've missed a lot of the best fishing. But yeah, I'm going to get a float out there soon with a live mackerel on it. Hopefully there's going to be a clonker of a bass that's going to have it. This is the float setup I'm going to be using. I've just called into Bluefin in Triada Bay. Grabbed myself one of these. Had a good look around the shop. There's so much stuff on offer in there. I love the little Abu Garcia spinning rod and reel combo. They are amazing. I've just picked this up. I've also got some baits down there to try as well. As I say, I am rushing, but just look how beautiful this is. It's beautiful. Right, I'm going to get the rod in and I'm going to have a bass. Guy next to me has just had a bass on a live bait mackerel. He's fishing about 4 or 5 foot deep, so I'm just mimicking him. There is a lot of seals out there. She's making me think, uh-oh, but we'll see what happens. All that's happening is the mackerel bait is going through like that, just not even on a big hook. Just like that. Fishing about 4 or 5 foot deep, and I'm going to send it out and see what happens. I've got about an hour and a half's fishing here at the most, then I've got to move. There is mackerel around, but I need to keep my eye on this float because the current's pulling from left to right. I'm sweating. I've not stopped running around because I want to make this happen so bad. Never float fished a live mackerel before. It's kind of exciting. We will see, eh? Wish me luck. Nice big billy would be nice, wouldn't it? Our float went under there, but that's surely the mackerel. I'm going to leave the bail arm off and just feed some line out with it, just let it drift around. As I say, this is totally new to me, but you've got to learn somewhere, haven't you? I'm in a little bit of slack here. You've got the main flow coming probably 10 or 15 yards behind the float, pushing through. I'm in a little bit of slack here. Oh, it's exciting. I'm going to need to get the mackerel rod set up because I can't pester this lovely gentleman again for another. He's already given me one. So I'm going to need to get the mackerel rod out. I'm going to cut this camera off now and I'll bring you back. Or shall I leave it on in case we get a big run on camera? You know, I'm going to leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes just in case while I set the mackerel rod up. Keep your eye on that float. Well, I've only got one set of feathers and they're in a tangle. This might not end well. Let's get over here. Try and catch a mackerel-doodle-doo. And not whip my camera off the stand. I only want like 2 or 3 mackerel, that's it for this hour that I'm here. Bit of snag then. Trying to keep. Oh yeah, that'll do. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Mackadoodle-doos. Mackadoodle-doodle-doodle-doos. Lovely. That was the first cast as well. So I'm going to put them in this little rock pool to my left. That will do for a bit, but while I'm waiting, I'm going to do a bit of mackerel fishing for fun. And I'm going to take some bait home as well. It's free bait, he's good bait. Right, that mackerel's still alive, so it's going straight back out. I'm going to catch some mackie-doodle-doos. Don't like casting them too far because I know this from dead bait, well, live baiting for pike. You cast too far, you can kill the bait. And nobody wants to see that happen. Right, let's set the clutch right so the rod can't go. I'm a bit out further in the flow now, so I'll just set the clutch. Guessing that's going to drift around. If I can get me a few mackerel while I'm here too, 20 or 30 mackerel for the freezer. That's a bit of a result as well, isn't it? There's one on that straight away. It's just hit the surface and there's one on it. I must have had it on the drop. Just felt like another one's hit it too. So the mackerel are absolutely everywhere at the moment. The Menai is full of them. I was talking to somebody in the tackle shop earlier, and they've said from sort of the Abergele area right up to in between sort of Landvervecken and Bangor, that entire coast is full. It's just bubbling with mackerel. We're on the 11th of November now. Oh, how far out did I cast that? And literally, November has been the busiest I've ever seen it through the summer and whatever months. That's why the bass are here now. Is that a full stringer? Near us. So that's 2 casts, 5 mackerel. I'm going to keep a bit for bait. Not loads, but I'm going to keep a bit. So these will be my conger baits for the winter, you see. I'm going to chuck them down there and get them all bagged up, sorted in a bit. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Come on, big bass float. That's just going so far. Don't think I'll be able to keep this up for too long. Yeah, mackerel on again, instantly. Slow down a bit, try and pick some more up. I've only got this one set of feathers though. Noddy mistake. So if he gets snagged, I'm gone. I've only got that one float. Noddy mistake. Definitely only feels like one mackerel, that. Oh, there's just been a big boil behind the float. There's just been a big boil behind the float. I hope it's not a seal. I hope it's not a seal. Yep, Mackie Doodle Do on. No, he's off. There was one on. There was definitely one on. Oh yeah, there's one on again. Oh no, I've crossed myself. I'm in a big tangle. Oh no. It's the current here. Oh, let's see if I can undo this. Full string, full string. And here comes the Prince Maddock. As far as I'm aware, that's from Banking University. It does all the surveying and the marine biology and that. I might be wrong, so correct me, but that is the Prince Maddock, or Maddock, wherever you say it. I'm catching an abundance of mackerel for a chuck. Got loads of bait for the next few days. Nothing's hit a live bait yet though. But as I say, I have got plans for the beach over there when it drops dark, and I'll have an hour into the dark, see if we can get something, huss, congers, maybe even a bass, you don't know. But we're trying, but you know what? It is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's like, today's the 11th of November, and don't get me wrong, it's not boiling hot, but it's definitely not cold. Perfect. Tell you what, it's special out here, you know. Mr. Hooker said to me earlier, do you want to come and fish the inland sea? And I said, I've got to do a different video to ease anyway. But something was telling me just to come down here. I just fancied the evening with the sun out and how nice and mild it is. I just fancied an evening down on Penmon Point. Obviously, there's no bass yet. It could still happen. There could be some big fish later off the beach. And I've had there's a pile of mackerel there to put in the freezer. You know, it's already been brilliant. Just what the doctor ordered. We'll have to get off this rock soon though, because it's filling up. I reckon another 10 minutes here and then I have to get onto a different rock. Just one lone mackerel, I think. Oh, that would have been heavier then. Oh, there might be more than one now. Might be two. Oh, there's three! Well, I'm going to do the right thing here now, because it is starting to come in. I'm going to let them few live baits go that's in that rock pool. I'm going to keep this pile of mackerel that I've caught for bait. And I'm going to get on this rock, which is about 10 metres to the right, so next time you see me, I'll be on a new rock. Back to base camp. Right, the float can come off now, and the mackerel feathers can come off, because I'm going on this big shingle beach down here. I was just fishing over there. As I say, the guy to the left of me had a nice bass on the float, but it wasn't meant to be for me. Just going to go and have a look down here. I'm going to get set up at the car, and leave everything that I don't need at the car. Travel light. I'm going to come and have a couple of hours down here on this beach, see if there's any congers or huss or whatever, really, whatever picks the bait up. I'm not fishing for anything in particular, just want a few bites. The sun's about to go down. It's a lovely backdrop, and anybody who knows this time of year around here, there is absolutely nobody. It's like Anglesey goes empty. The only other person on Penmon Point now is that guy there, down there, who is packing up and fishing. So I have literally the entire Penmon Point to myself, and I'm going to sit down here, I'm going to watch the sun go down, I'm going to put the rods in, I'm going to chuck a couple of big baits in off this shingle beach and see if any magic can happen. I cannot believe that once this guy goes, there's going to be no other humans for miles. What a place, what an amazing place. So glad I come down here today, and you can see where the water comes up. It's almost like, it's a deep shingle beach. It's only a small tide, but it's going to be fish out there now. So I'm going to go and get two big pulley panels set up. And we're just going to have an hour or so and see if anything can happen. But isn't it beautiful? It's time to get fishing. I am officially the only person on Penmon Point. That other car has gone. There is a big red sky over there, and I feel so lucky to be here in the middle of nowhere on my own. Like, there is nobody. And this lane's about 2 or 3 miles long until you get to the gatehouse where you have to pay to get in. It's just magical. Right, what I'm doing on the right rod is I've got a big bluey from Bluefin, picked them up earlier. That's going to go out on the right rod, and I've got a little 2-hook flapper on the left rod. So I'm going to get this out now, and hopefully we can nick a couple of bites. I do remember it being really snaggy here when I last come. It was a couple of years ago, probably 2.5 years ago when I last fished here. And there's like a big rock bed or something somewhere, so if I find it, I could be in for a lot of snags. It's quite a deep beach this as well, so when it's rough you don't want to get too close because the rollers can pull you under and take you. But yeah, I'm thinking this bluey is going to go to the side of them rocks. I think them rocks go out and then you've got a deep drop. So I'm hoping I can get this bluey by the side of the rocks. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. The method in my madness is put it by the side of the rocks in case there's a conger or something lurking around there. You know, closer to the rocks you can get, the better chance of a conger. That's going in there. So that is in. So that right rod's fishing on one of my pulley panel rigs. The left rod is going on one of my 2-hook flappers with little bits of mackerel on. Freshly caught, itchy nose. Freshly caught, just hopefully being fresh, being out there, something should happen. What am I expecting to pick up? I'm sure there's going to be packers around. It's going to be mackerel out there, and the mackerel will pick a bit of mackerel up. I've got plenty of mackerel on, little bits of mackerel. I hope there's some huss, I hope there's some congers. Maybe a bass, you never know, on some of the baits. My biggest bass ever come on a big fish bait on the bottom. And of course the dogfish, that's going to be out there. Could be some rays out there. You just really don't know. You're right on the edge of the land, you just don't know what it's going to throw up. It's quite a deep beach, and we've got some baits in the water, so let's get this one in, see what happens. I'll tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this. Complete isolation from everybody in one of the most beautiful places that you'll ever find, waiting for that rod to go over. And wouldn't it be lovely if it just went over right now? I know everybody says all the time, it really doesn't matter if you catch anything or not, it's all about getting out. But when it's like this, it really is all about getting out. It really doesn't matter. It really does not matter. That's a bite, that one is. We've been watching the tide flow, pulling the rod, but that one looked more like a bite. Ooh, let's have a look. I've been seeing the little slow pull downs on the rods, but that one definitely looks a bit more vicious than others. Yeah, see it on the left rod? Yeah, that's a bite, that is a bite. I can confirm. We will let the little rascal nibble it down, we won't eager beaver it. I think there might be something on this left rod. I'm gonna have a feel. Oh, felt something pull then. Oh, it was snagged, it's out. It's art. That makes me think I'm on that rock bed I was on about earlier now. Damn. Oh wow. Both baits are gone. Both of them mackerel fillets are gone. Peckers. Oh no. Right, we're going to have to change baits a bit more often than I thought here. Wash. That went. Let's put some effort in. Change baits, recast, change baits, recast. Keep it going. Effort equals reward, they say. I reckon I've got none of this bluey on. That's what I reckon. Oh God. I am getting absolutely smashed by crabs. That hasn't even been out that long. That is all that is left of a full bluey. If this continues, I can't see me being here this long. Let's get another bait out. I'm going to put a full mackerel out on this one, see if this does any difference. Really want to catch something from here before I go. Get out there. Come on. Come on, fishy. See, they look like bites again on that left rod. And the bait is being took off. I think there might be either crabs or some little species down there playing me up. It's hard to tell with the waves coming in too, because you're getting the bounce on the rod. But I've purposely put these two rods out probably 10 metres away from each other at the same distance. So if it is the waves or the tide pull, you should get it both at the same time. So if one distinctively acts a bit different from the other, then that will almost certainly be a bite then. It's a good little tip, that. If you're struggling to tell the difference between waves, tide and whatever, put two rods in the same area and 9 times out of 10, or all the time, they will bend together, drop together. Then if one stays still and the other's doing that, then it's obviously not the tide. That's a bite. That's got to be a bite. Well, not much is happening. Fishing wise, the baits are getting stripped by crabs. I've changed baits probably 2 or 3 times now. And all I'm pulling in is just backbones and bits of carcass. Being absolutely smashed. I'm going to have a rebait in a minute and go again, but just can't seem to keep a bait in the water for more than 5 minutes without it being annihilated by the crabs. Making it pretty much unfishable, to be honest. You can, don't mind changing baits every 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, but this is literally 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes in, there's nothing left. But I want to catch a fish from this mark before I go. I have to. I've got to show you the sunset, the moon, the moody clouds, everything. Just how crazy this bit of weather is at the moment. I'm not exactly sure what the camera's going to pick up here because it is actually dark. You've got the sun going down behind there. As I've said, I'm the only one here. You got Penmon there. Then look at these clouds coming in. You got some big dark clouds coming in. Then you got the moon popping there. And you got like blue sky back there to the sunset. What a special, special evening. Loads of lights out at sea, look. Oh, one of them rods will go. I'm absolutely getting smashed to bits by crabs. I cannot do anything about it. Oh no. That's a snag. Oh, that's gone as well, that has. There's nothing left on that. Oh, is it time to call it? Is it time to call it? I'm getting a bit hungry. It's getting a bit cold. That rigger's gone. What's going on with this one? I could just go and sit in the car with the heating on now and have a nice bit of food. It's only about 5:15, have a nice chilled night. Well, this one's coming back in, that's a good thing, isn't it? At least it's not snagged out there. Which is a blessing. It's always good not to be snagged, isn't it? That one's been smashed by crabs as well. It's absolutely destroyed. You know what I'm going to do, people? I'm going to pack up. I'm going to put the rods away. I'm going to sit here for the next 10 or 20 minutes. I'm just going to watch that last bit of redness go out the sky. And just have a bit of quiet time here for 20 minutes or so. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going for a kebab. But it's real fishing. I always say it's real fishing. It is what it is. Every video I do, you see it as it is. Everything you've seen today is exactly what happened. There's none of these, you know, only posting the best bits and you only see what I catch. I'm as real as it gets. As real as it gets. So, yeah, sorry there wasn't no bass on the float, but I am going to come back here. These bass should be around for another week or two. Yeah, I've seen one come out today. So I am going to be back down here, so make sure you subscribe and you get the notification for the next one. So I am definitely going to squeeze another at least 1 or 2 bass sessions in off there with the float. I know a couple of piers that go out onto the Menai. Not going to say exactly where, so it'll be unfair on the locals. But there's a couple of piers on the other side of the land from Anglesey which are doing a lot of bass on the float. And I'm definitely going to call and have a go there as well. So yeah, it just didn't happen tonight, did it? Just didn't happen. Right, I'm gonna have a chill out here for 20 minutes, then go and get me a kebab. So I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.